from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News broadcast. We are coming to you live from the Rupavahini News Studios. I'm Dhananjali Ananda.
Good evening, I'm Charita Vinipurarachi, and let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news. The President says the major field which could speedily fulfill the target of economy building is the tourism industry. An increase in the number of foreign tourist arrivals. Crop damages in 46,000 acres of cultivations in the Yala season. Luna 25 spacecraft crashes into the moon. Spain wins the World Women's Football Trophy.
Now for those and other stories in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says the prominent field to speedily fulfill the economy building target is the tourism industry.
The government has given major attention for the promotion of this sector by taking many vital decisions. He further says that necessary facilities are being taken by obtaining the maximum contribution of both the state and private sectors. The President has made these comments in this regard on the occasion that declaring open of Hilton Yala Resort Hotel, which is the most ultra-modern luxury hotel of the group of Hilton hotels last evening. US Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Jo Lee Chung, was among the distinguished gathering present on the occasion. The President also pointed out the importance of subjecting the Yala National Wildlife Park to an extensive development initiative targeting foreign as well as local tourists. The President also said a new development in the tourism industry is being anticipated with the attraction of tourists of high spending potential. He has also extended gratitude to the Melwa and Hilton Group for their contributions to the new project.
The architecture and the entertainment both have been exceptional. I am proud to have opened this hotel, which joins the other 4 hotels in this zone as a high-end luxury hotel. Higher the price, the better it is for me. It's also the coming of age of the high price luxury tourism. This is a run away from it. So here Melva and Hilton has got together and, as the minister says, introduced another brand. And it has made Yala, together with the other luxury hotels here, a special spot for luxury tourism. Come here to Yala. Well, Yala in its old days must have been a place of luxury and development. If it could have housed 2 big temples, Surpauva and the Akasa Chaitya, you can imagine the amount of support and the money that was in the region, and I'm sure there would have been some good luxury buildings at that stage. Nevertheless, I'd like first to thank all of you who has made this possible. I've also spoken with the minister, and I think we are going ahead with this campaign with the input from the industry. We've got the industry involved in developing and promoting tourism. Industry has to be involved, and that is a prerequisite. I've been also looking at this hotel and the area, and I thought we should also promote Yala. We'll introduce the great Yala. Why are you going to call these places Udawalave, Kumana and all? These are all connected. And the elephant passage from Udawalave will take you up to Kumana. So let's Greater Yala and make it Greater Yala for all promotional activities. So why only have luxury hotels here? You can have some near, I am sure, just outside Kumana. Before Arugambe we can find some land for another set. Somewhere in Udawalave, somewhere in Lunugangwera where people can also access, those who want to, Kataragama Shrine. So these are places. Why don't we develop? And I am asking the minister, together with the Minister of Wildlife and Conservation, as well as the officials of those 2 ministries, to come up with the Greater Yala concept. I don't think we should stop there. If you take Galloya, Maduroya, Somavatiya, Minneriya and Vaskamo, you'll have another unique brand. So just have 2 brands and Vilpattu, which can stand on its own. And certainly, why don't you get into a yacht in Colombo, come to Putlam Bay, spend a day or two at Vilpattu and get back. So you will have some wildlife reserves which will be different from what you can get in other places. India has, Nepal has, but we have to make this different and we have to make it exceptional. So those will be the work that we will carry on ahead together with the other developments that is taking place in the tourism industry.
And our targets that we have set for 2030, which is 4 million, is, for me, looks achievable if we all work together and promote Sri Lanka as a brand that is in our heart. One of our specialities as Sri Lankans are our hospitality, and we never go down. And the challenge, even His Excellency accepted at a time that nobody thought this would be possible, is a good example to see where we are today. So let's once again get together, and I believe Sri Lanka tourism, with this current campaign, which haven't been done for 15 years, this is just the concepts that they were playing in. I personally love that concept. The statistics show us 31% of Sri Lankan travelers are repeaters. Sri Lanka is not a bucket list country. I do not want Sri Lanka to be called a bucket list country. Sri Lanka should be a country that people emotionally fall in love, physically fall in love, and also foreigners who have started investing in Sri Lanka purely because of the passion that they want to stay in Sri Lanka. So let's make sure Sri Lanka positions ourselves in there and keep our warm hospitality going. And I'm sure our crisis, where we are in a country which we are struggling a little, will be out of it with purely on tourism, which I'm sure I will, with the guidance of the President, will make the #1 revenue source for the country.
Professor Maitri Vikramasinghe, Secretary to the Ministry of Tourism and Land, MMPB Herath, Chairman of the Tourism Promotion Bureau Chalak Gajabahu, and Senior Operations Director J. Mid have also graced the event. President Ranil Vikramasinghe was also engaged in an observation tour at the Yala National Wildlife Park yesterday morning. The President has focused the attention of the officials on the preparation of a procedure to purchase entrance tickets to visit the park via online system. President has inspected how the perched land withstood the rigors of the dry climate. He has shown special attention on the program to release water to the ponds in the park. Minister Harin Fernando and the US Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Joe Lechung, have also accompanied the President in the tour.
The President Ranil Wickremesinghe is set to leave for Singapore on a 2-day official visit tomorrow morning. 4 acting ministers have been designated to oversee the ministries under his purview during the President's absence. The President is scheduled to have meetings in Singapore with Singapore President Mrs. Halima Yaakob, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, Defence Minister Ng Eng Hen and Sustainability and Environment Minister Grace Fu Hai Yin. A cooperative understanding concerning carbon neutrality within the framework of the Paris Agreement will be established between the governments of Sri Lanka and Singapore. The signing of this agreement is anticipated after deliberations between President Ranil Wickremesinghe and the Prime Minister of Singapore.
The arrival of foreign tourists to the island is reported to be on the increase. National television capitals such as Alla, Alutgama and Morogalla came under the attraction of large numbers of overseas visitors. Alla is an area which constantly comes under the intense attention of foreign tourists. Our reporters say that there is some congestion in the restaurants in the Alla town due to the overcrowding. They show keen interest to visit enchanting places of natural beauty, to purchase numerous goods and to taste the local food.
I really enjoy Sri Lanka. I really enjoy first the weather, second the places, and the food are very awesome. Thank you, Sri Lanka.
People are very friendly and gave us huge welcome. So we really recommend Sri Lanka.
Thank you, Ayubowan. People are so nice and so kind that they should visit Sri Lanka and see all the animals that they have.
A marked increase in the number of tourist arrivals in Alugama Run Sathakuba tourist zone in Moragalla has been witnessed. Many foreigners show more desire to engage in water sports. Accordingly, several special aquatic sports have been given prominence in the beach front.
Now, crop damages are reported in an extent of over 46,000 acres of land during the current Yala season. The number of farmer families affected by the calamity has exceeded 41,000. Minister Mahinda Amaravira says despite damages to paddy cultivation, no room will be left for a rice shortage to be created in the country. In addition, crop destructions of maize, potatoes, big onions and chilies are also reported. The Agricultural and Agrarian Assurance Board says evaluation of crop damages is being carried out continuously. Minimum crop damages are reported from areas which recorded the highest paddy harvest. The government has taken measures to reconstruct reservoirs with declining water levels due to dry weather condition. Minister Mahinda Amaravira has presided over the reconstruction of the reservoirs of Beliyata, Daduawala and Bulugahahena yesterday. Minister Mahinda Amaravira has also participated in the commencement of paddy harvesting in the Paddy Research Institute farm in Ambalantota yesterday. Farmers in Anuradhapura were reported to have been experiencing severe difficulties due to the steep decline of water level in the Hurulu River in Anuradhapura. People in Dambula expressed suspicion over the eruption of the crisis of drinking water due to the releasing of waters of the Ibbankatwa reservoir in the Kala River. The residents complained that severe health threat has arisen as a result of the death of fish in a canalway that generates hydroelectricity power using Ibbankatu reservoir.
And meanwhile, moving on to more local stories, Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says that the services of the professional photographers to open up a new avenue which could earn foreign exchange and to bring the country to the world must be appreciated. The minister has made these remarks attending the such special photographic exhibition organized at the Lotus Star premises in Colombo, held in connection with the 19th World Photography Day. A special feature at the display has been the genuine photograph collective connected to the Vietnam War taken through the camera lenses of the world-renowned photographer Nick Ut. Minister Gunawardena has presented a souvenir to the veteran photographer Nick Ut on this occasion. President of the National Photographers Association Anuraguru Singha, Executive Director Nimal Amaratunga and a large number of local and foreign photographers were present.
Pata buat අවුරුදු 100 ගණනක් සිට අකණ්ඩව බලන භාෂාතුනේ මේ ඡායාරූප සංගමයේ සියලුම අයගේ වඩාම විශිෂ්ට ඡායාරූපයක් දිනපතාම වෙන් කරන්න පුළුවන් විදිහක් දිනපතා පුවත්පත්. එම අවුරුද්දක් ගිහිල්ලා මේ බලවෙච්ච ඡායාරූප අතරින් වඩා විශිෂ්ට තමයන්ට ත්‍යාගයක් ප්‍රදානය.
The main National Photography Day was celebrated in Ratnapura yesterday by the local Photography Studio Owners Association. Around 700 studio owners covering 25 districts including the North and East have participated. Sabaragama Provincial Governor Naveen Dissanayake, patron of the All Ceylon Professional Studio Owners Association, Prasanna Hendayake, Controller General of the Department of Immigration and Immigration Harsha Ilokpitia, Commissioner General of the Department of Registrations of Persons Pradeep Saputantri and Commissioner General of the Department of Motor Traffic Nishanta Veerasinghe were also present at the event. And meanwhile, final Randoli Perahera of the Asala Festival of the historic Bellanvilla Rajamahavihare has paraded the street for the 73rd occasion last night. The Randoli pageant was comprised of 96 features highlighting the local cultural splendors of the upcountry and low country dancing. 31 elephants, including the majestic tusker of the Sri Dalada Maligava Singha Raja, which carried the casket of the Randoli Perahera, have added more glamour to the picturesque event. Minister Vijayadas Rajapaksa have placed the casket containing the sacred relics. The Bellan Villa Asila Festival has been organized under the patronage of Chief Incumbent of the Vihare, Venerable Dr. Bellan Villa Dharmaratana Thera. The day Perahera was conducted today to the location of the water cutting ceremony. The ritual of water cutting, which culminated the Perahera activities, was held in the Virus Saganga.
Now, several public meetings organized by the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna and the National People's Power were conducted recently. The Colombo Central Electorate meeting of the SLPP was attended by a large gathering yesterday.
අපි විශ්වාස කරන දේශපාලන කඳවුරට සහ බලවේගයට යම් හානියක් වෙනව නම් මෙරටේ ඒකියත්වයට හානියක් වෙනව නම් අන්න එදාට ශ්‍රී ලංකා පොදු ජන පෙරමුණ එයට විරුද්ධවත් හඬ නගන්න දෙපාරක් කල්පනා කරන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක මගේ ආදරියම් මේ තාත්තේ මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ.
The Peremuna's Valava electorate meeting was also held yesterday.
අන්තිම පිටුවරම්බාන 1952 ඉඳලා අපේ නිෂ්පාදනය කඩාගෙන වැටිච්ච විදියයි ණය අරුමුදේ වැඩි වෙච්ච විදියයි අපි කියන්නේ ණය ගන්න එක වරදක් නෙවෙයි ණය ගන්න එක අපරාධයක් නෙවෙයි හැබැයි ණයවල ඵලදායක් තියෙනවා ණයවල ප්‍රතිඵලයක් තියෙනවා 1960 70 කාලේ 77 වෙනකම් දලදේශීය නිෂ්පාදනයේ වර්ධනය වෙන වේගයයි ණය වර්ධන වේගයයි බලන්න දලදේශීය නිෂ්පාදනයේ අවුරුද්දකින් අවුරුද්දකට වර්ධනයේ වේගය 3.32යි ණය වර්ධන වේගය 2.22යි ඒ කියන්නේ නිෂ්පාදනයේ වැඩි වෙන වේගයට වඩා ණය වැඩි වෙන වේගය අඩුයි.
Spread of the dengue disease in the Kaludara district reported to have been contained to some extent. The notable success appears to be an outcome of the implementation of a systematic dengue control procedure in the district. A high density of dengue patients in the Kaludara district was recorded recently. Upon taking into consideration of the situation, house-to-house campaign to enlighten the masses, school children and keeping of public places clean have been undertaken by the medical officer of health officers, health institutions, the district secretariat and the divisional secretariat division officers of the assistance of the police and the security divisions. Legal action is to be taken against those who disregard the threat of dengue epidemic. Now, the first Kumbal Perahera of the Kandy Asala festival is scheduled to parade the streets tomorrow. The internal pageants of the 4 Mahadevalayas are already conducted. All arrangements are being made to conduct the first Kumbal Perahera of this year's Asala festival tomorrow night. It is only after several years that the Sri Dalada pageant is being conducted in an appropriate manner. The previous years, the incidents such as the Easter Sunday attack, the COVID pandemic had prevented the general public from witnessing the annual event. However, in contrast, the people will have the opportunity to watch the gallant event with freedom.
මෙවර ඒ සියලු කටයුතු වල නිමිති නිදහසේ උගා පරිශ්‍රයේ අප සඳහන් කලාකාරයට සිව් මහා දේවාලවලත් සූදානම් වෙමින් පවතිනවා. වෙනදාට වඩා විචිත්‍රවත් සංස්කෘතිකාංග ගණනාවක්. A selection of winners for the awards presentation on National Information and Communication Technology Excellence is currently being conducted at the IIT Higher Education Institute in Bambalapitiya. The award ceremony is to be conducted for the 25th occasion. 105 institutions on the commercial level and more than 100 innovations on the university level are expected to be evaluated for the awards.
This is a major competition on information technology conducted in the country. The event is organized annually by the British Chartered Institute of Information. The awards ceremony will take place on the 25th of October. We'll be back with international news after this break.
Prima Kottumi, Pantamai.
Welcome back with international news, and it's an update of Russia. The Russian unmanned Luna 25 spacecraft has crashed into the moon after spinning out of control, the officials say.
It was Russia's first moon mission in almost 50 years. The craft was due to be the first ever to land on the moon's south pole, but failed after encountering problems as it moved into its pre-landing orbit. It was set to explore a part of the moon which scientists think could hold frozen water and precious elements. Roscosmos, Russia's state space corporation, said this morning that it has lost contact with the Luna 25 around 3 p.m. yesterday. Preliminary findings showed that 800 kg lander had ceased to exist as a result of collision with the surface of the moon, it said in a statement. It said a special commission would look into why the mission failed. The loss of Luna 25 is a blow to Roscosmos. Russia's civilian space program has been in decline for several years as state funding is increasingly directed towards the military. Parts of the moon's south pole remain permanently in shadow, which makes finding water a possibility.
And meanwhile, U.S. meteorologists warned that the Hurricane Hillary has weakened. It heads towards the Mexico-Pacific coast and California, but could still cause life-threatening flooding. With winds of 140 kilometers per hour, it has been downgraded to a Category 1 storm. Because of the impact of Hurricane Hillary, heavy rain lashes parts of Mexico's Baja California peninsula and the southwestern U.S. overnight. Hillary is expected to weaken further to a tropical storm before it reaches southern California. It would be the first tropical storm to hit the U.S. state in more than 80 years. Today, the U.S. National Hurricane Center said that the hurricane was roughly 145 kilometers south of Baja California's westernmost point of Punta Eugenia.
The Ukrainian officials have said 7 people, including a 6-year-old girl, were killed when a Russian missile struck a theater in the northern Ukrainian city of Chernihiv yesterday morning. Ukrainian authorities said that 15 children were among 144 people wounded. At least 25 people were in hospital. Among the victims were people who had been celebrating an Orthodox Christian holiday at church. The main square and a university building were also damaged in the attack. The UN called it heinous, while Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky vowed a firm response by Ukrainian soldiers to a terrorist attack.
And India's space agency has released latest images of the moon as its third lunar mission starts descending towards the little explored south pole. The pictures have been taken by Vikram Chandrayan's 3S lander, which began the last phase of its mission on Thursday. Vikram, which carries a rover in its belly, is due to land near the South Pole on 23rd August. The lander detached from the propulsion module, which carried it close to the moon on Thursday. The black and white images saw close-ups of rocks and craters on the moon's surface. One of the photographs shows the propulsion module too.
Kottumi, Pantamai.
On sports news, the finals of the LPL cricket tournament are presently being conducted at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo between the B-Love and the Dambulla Aura teams.
The Ambulla team, after winning the toss, has decided to bat first. Ora team is captained by Kusal Mendes and Angela Matthews is the skipper of the beloved Kandy team. Matthews has taken over due to Vanidhu Hasaranga leaving captaincy as a result of an injury. Organisers have taken measures to conduct the concluding ceremony prior to the commencement of the finals. Popular Sri Lankan singers Umaria Singhawansha, Yohani De Silva, Kanchana Anuradhi and Supun Pereira have added colour to the concluding ceremony. This area's Thisara Pereira, under whose captaincy the Jaffna Kings team became champions in the last year's tournament, brought the trophy to the playground today. Time in tournament history, the finals were worked out in Sydney, Australia.
Now, Aruna Darshana was placed in the 6th position in the preliminary round of the 400-meter men's running event at the World Athletic Championship tournament in Budapest, Hungary. Accordingly, he was deprived of the opportunity to become eligible for the next round.
Aruna Darshan, who was the first competitor to represent Sri Lanka at the tournament, had a timing of 45.70 seconds. The United Nations has been successful in revealing the world record in 400-meter mixed relay event by overcoming its closer competitor, the Netherlands. The Dutch player has been leading the event until the last 5 meters when the female Dutch runner fell on the ground. The United States team had completed the event in 3 minutes 8.80 seconds to win the gold medal. Britain won the silver medal and the Czech won the bronze medal. The 10,000-meter women's event also took a thrilling outlook as the Netherlands runner Sifan Hazan dominating the event until the last 300 meters. Yet with only 80 meters remaining to the finish line, her feet entangled and causing her collapse, Ethiopia won all the 3 medals, gold, silver and bronze, dashing Sifan Hazan's medal dream. In the put shot, even American's competitor Ryan Cruz came first by throwing a distance of 23.51 seconds. Spanish athlete Alvaro Martin has established a new world record in the 20-kilometer walking event with a timing of 1.17 minutes and 32 seconds. St. Peter's College Bambalapitiya won the Inter-School Rugby Tournament trophy after 13 years in a crucial encounter against DC Patana College Colombo at the St. Peter's grounds yesterday. At the end of the first half, St. Peter's was leading 15-10. In the second half, the Pete Rides added 13 more points and the DC Patana team 7 points. The Bambalapitiya team won the match 28-17 and the league trophy of the year.
As we have for tonight, join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on ChannelEye. I'm Dilanjali, together with Charita, signing off. Good night.
Good night.